Okay, guys, look at 3.2, worksheet 3.2. Now, we've been practicing on this. Let's see if we can write some more with a little bit more information, scenarios for us. Find the total amount T the plumber makes if he charges $35 an hour H. Who thinks they know? Tori? Is she right? 35H equals T. Good job. Or you could put T equals 35H. Yeah, fix it, change it, correct it. Okay. Number 2. Brooke, read number 2. Okay, Willie, what do you think? Good job. Or you could put T equals at the front. Either one. No, no. Because you're not you're saying 35 times the total what? You're charging $35 an hour plus 25. Okay? Doesn't that make sense? Okay, one time I had my air conditioner quit working and I could hear it running in the house and I'm thinking, what is going on? So I called the service guy. He comes out and guess what? I didn't know it had 2 breakers. All he had to do was flip the breaker for the outside unit. So he charged me just the service call. He didn't charge me the hourly rate, just the service call for coming out there. I felt really silly. I didn't know though. Now it hadn't happened again. And he did check one little line real quick for me, make sure, there wasn't a reason it tripped the breaker. But guys, sometimes they do charge you just for coming out there. Okay? Because of things like that. Or you might not be home, nobody's home, and they drive all the way out there, give up their time and gas, and okay. Number 3, read it, Caitlin. Initial. Good. Emily, what you thinking? Yay. Great. You see how she got that? And we could turn that around if we needed to. Okay. 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 It's got to be, because they're not charging you $20 a day. So if you put 20D, that's saying they're charging you 20 a day, but they're charging you 15 per day. So everybody see that? Okay. Amber, read number 4. Cents, yeah. Well, now they charge you by the month. So we're figuring the cost for 1 month. Isaac, what you thinking? For that 1 month, how are they going to figure what you owe for texting? Good. $5 fee. And then what are they going to charge you for the text? 35 cents. So 0.35 times X. Good. What are we going to do to this $5 in the charge for the text? Well, I was asking him, but thank you. Oh, that's okay. So 5 plus that, and that would give you the total cost, your charge. Does that make sense? Does everybody see that? Okay. Number 5, Alea, read it. Oh, Willie, did you have a question? Yes. And a lot of people, when we are solving this, you're going to want it probably that way. It's just easier for some people to do it. Yes, to work it that way. So yes, it would. You can switch it because of that adding sign right there. Well, you can switch it no matter what, but that's a little harder. If there's a minus, you have to take the sign and all that. Okay, number 5, Alea. Initial. Madison. Good, Madison. What are you thinking? You're going to rent it for H hours. Or are they going to charge you for each hour? 30. So how would we figure that? To figure what you owe for the hours, what would they, if you get charged 30 per hour and you rent it for H hours? So, because see, everybody rents it for different hours. So we can't say. So what would we put there? 30. Let's say you rented it for 2 hours. What would you do with the 30? 30 plus 2 or times 2 or subtract 2? Yes. So it would be times H. Good. So 30 times H gives you how much you're going to pay for the hours. But they're going to make you pay initial fee of 50. So what are we going to do with that 50? Okay. Are they right, Madison? We going to add the 50? Good. And that'll give you the charge. So 30H plus 50. Or you could put 50 plus 30H. Okay. Now, video stores. I don't think they do this anymore, but this is something y'all can relate to, so I used it. If the video store charges $3 for a card and then $2 per movie, what would you spend the first time in the store for X movie? So you only get the card one time. The first time you go in, you got to buy that card. Katie, what you thinking we'd write it to figure out? You're working there. You're working. You're in charge of figuring the cost. So what would you charge everybody? Well, let Katie, what are you thinking? 2X. Yay. And that's going to give you the charge, the cost. Does everybody understand how we did that? Okay, now come down here and make an H chart. And write 2X plus 3 right there. 2X plus 3. Guys, when you're independent, that means you get to choose what you eat, what you wear, where you, well, if you have a certain job, you can't just wear what you want to wear, but, okay? But you can decide what you eat. So, X, if Katie is running the store and she wants to figure everybody's cost, she's going to, the cost depends on what? What does the cost depend on? How many movies she doesn't, you don't walk in the door and she goes, okay, Alea, you owe me $10. Daniel, you owe me $6. She doesn't just say, it depends on how many movies you rent, right? So X is the independent. You get to choose the movies. The customer gets to choose the movies. And the charge depends on how many movies you get. Now, we're learning this again later, but I'm throwing this in here. Put this in practice, and we're going to finish this tomorrow. Chairs under the... I'm going to try to put the cats again. Oh, good. Good deal.